Welcome back to my channel here. This is Pedro Fame and you're watching another one.
Hey guys, welcome back to my video. This is Pedro Fame. So I wanted to go ahead and do a new video for you guys. I want to do an NBA video. I'm going to do top 5 rookies here in the NBA. So I wanted you guys to go ahead and get in with that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it up here. Stuff. Right. Let's go ahead and pull up top 5 rookies that I want to go ahead and talk about. And we're going to talk about them individually for their stats. So first person I want to go ahead and talk about is going to be Evan Mobley. Playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have a lot of depth at power forward center position, which is making me a little scared. I'm glad they traded away Larry Nance. I think that was a great trade. Still not very impressed with what they have displayed on the court at times. Putting Isaac Okoro on the bench is a really bad thing for me. I thought he balled out last year, so I don't understand how he went from being a starter last year towards the end of the season to now being a bench player when he played well in his role. So still not a fan of that. Not a fan of the 3 big situation with Jared Allen, Lauri Markkanen, Evan Mobley. I know you used a high pick on Evan Mobley, so that's why you're going to start him. Power forward, I know you pay a lot of money for Lauri Markkanen, who was a really late addition to your team. And then you obviously had to pay Jared Allen in the beginning. So weird that they would do that. But regardless of that, let's get into his stats and why I want to talk about him. So if you look here, Evan Mobley's first 3 games, first night of the season, he had 17, 9, and 6. Phenomenal stat line. Reason why he had 6 assists, really helpful with his teammates. He had 9 rebounds, which is showing the potential for double-doubles. And he had 17 points while being 7 to 13, so very efficient. And not to mention, he made a 3 in the game. So the fact that he was willing to attempt a 3 is great. And if you looked at him in college at USC, you always saw that he could potentially be a decent 3-point shooter as a big. And you saw it in the very first game, 1 out of 2. That's perfect. That's what I want to see. I want to see 1 out of 2, 1 out of 2, I would love to see that type of consistency in terms of take 2 or 3 threes throughout a game, see how that works for you, see how that puts you in a better light, in a better situation, which is why I really loved his game there. Second game, Hornets. Good opponent. He was worse, but he was better defensively, in my opinion, in this game. So he was very defensive oriented. He had 13 points. He was 4-7. Remember, he doesn't get a ton of shots because of Lauri Markkanen, Jared Allen, and Colin Sexton. So you really have to take that into compilation there, that he's not going to get a lot of shot attempts. So it's very interesting how he's going to be able to score his points. Now, he didn't attempt any threes. He had 5 rebounds. He had only 2 assists, but 2 steals and 2 blocks. Something in the last game, he only had 1 and 1 of each. So to double that up is still very impressive because it helps the team out. No matter blocking helps the team, obviously, defensively. Obviously, the steals is phenomenal because you're getting turnovers to lead your teams to opportunities at the other end. And the 5 rebounds I was not very happy with, but that's not only his fault. As I said, they have Lauri Markkanen and they have Jared Allen as well, playing along with Evan Mobley in their lineup, so it really bothers his ability to get there. Now, Hawks, here's the most recent game, and this was a back-to-back off of the Hornets game. He comes back, again puts up 17, again puts up, he put up 7 for 12. The Grizzlies put 7 for 13, so he did a little bit better in efficiency. He was 0 for 2 from 3, but I love the fact that he still took those shots. 11 rebounds, first double-double. He had 4 blocks. That's perfect. That's what I saw at USC, the ability to block. Even though he's a skinnier person, the ability to block is a huge vital part of his game, and he needs to be able to show that he is a defensive anchor at that end of the floor, along with still being able to make shots and not be a liability for the Cavaliers on that end. So I love the fact that he did that. So in all, he's averaging 15.7 points per game. He's averaging 56.3% from field goal range, 8.3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.3 blocks, and 2.3 blocks, 1.3 steals. If he can average that for the rest of the season, that's a great rookie season for a guy who's playing out of position, currently playing small forward when he's easily a center in today's day and age. So the fact that he's doing that, it's great to see for him. And he's 7 feet tall. That's the crazy part. He's 7 feet tall, and he's playing small forward / power forward. So great to see it from him. Now, the next guy that I wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys about, and I won't be including Cade Cunningham. These 5 guys are guys that I like that are exciting. I'm not including Cade Cunningham. He hasn't played. He hasn't started yet, so we have to wait for that. But oops. Oh, not Josh Green. No, I'm messing up the guy's name. I'm messing up the guy's name. It's not Green. I mean, yes, it is. I'm saying it wrong. Jalen Green. I'm so sorry, Jalen. You played phenomenal as well. Not in the first game, but in the last game, you did play phenomenal. But let's go over his stats and points. So his first game against the Timberwolves, he had 9 points, struggled mightily from the field. Mind you, he is playing next to Kevin Porter, not a natural point guard, so you are going to have to see how that fits. I don't know if that's going to be a natural fit, and you can't really slide either one of them to the small forward position. They're too small to play that small forward position. Particularly, Jalen Green's size isn't well kept for that. Kevin Porter weight and distributing it will, but his height is going to limit him, and it's just not going to be a good matchup to have a 6'4" small forward. So I wouldn't put either one of them as small forward. I think they're both shooting guards, but Kevin Porter's having to play the point guard due to John Wall obviously not being part of the team anymore. Decided to mutually go their separate ways. So you are going to see reasons for each. But Jalen Green, phenomenal player, number 2 overall pick, trying to show people why he should have been number 1. Timberwolves, 9 points, 4-14, 1 of 6 from 3, struggled, but he did have 4 rebounds, 4 assists. I do love the fact that he was still productive in rebounding and assists, and he did have a steal. Not that big of a deal. I think he could do better in the steals department, but I love the fact that he did get an assist. He get a couple assists and a couple of rebounds. Second game, Thunder, 9 points again, struggled again, 4 for 11, 1 for 5 from 3, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. But I love the 2 steals and the 1 block because I think that helps your team out tremendously with getting a block and then the creating 2 turnovers. So great thing for Jalen Green there. Celtic game went off against Jason Tatum. That's the best part. He went up against a good defense. The other 2 teams weren't good defenses. He went up against a good defense and dropped 30. Think about how hard that is to drop 30 on the Celtics. Going 11 for 18, 8 of 10 for 3 from the 3-point line. Broke the Rockets record for the most threes made by a rookie. With 4 rebounds, with 3 assists, with 1 steal, with 2 blocks. So obviously you see there phenomenal numbers there from Jalen Green. And he has the potential to really show you why he should have been the number 1 overall pick. But the guy, another guy, and I'm going to save my favorite rookie for the very end, and you'll know when he's my favorite. But I'm going to go ahead and get on to the third guy here, which is Davion Mitchell. A guy who's coming off the bench, but to me, playing phenomenal basketball. Well, he was playing off the bench. He's starting now. But first game, 24 minutes, only 2 points. 1 of 6 from shooting. 0 of 2 from 3-point. Didn't really get good rhythm in that game. 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Didn't get any steals, didn't get any blocks. I'm really bad about Davion Mitchell not doing that because like I said before, Davion Mitchell is an absolute monster when it comes to playing defense. He hangs his hat on the defensive end, and if he can score, he will score. I love that about Davion Mitchell. Reminded me a lot of Kawhi Leonard early on, which is why I loved Kawhi Leonard when he first came into the league, was that fact that he hanged his hat on the defense first, then learned offense. That's how you want to play in the NBA nowadays. Maybe that's just me, but that's how I feel that's how it should be played. But second game, not much better. 3 points, 1 of 8, 0 4, 1 rebound, 4 assists. But the 4 steals is what kept him involved in that game. His ability to make other guards turn the ball over is phenomenal, and he can play 2 different positions guarding. So he can play the 1s and 2s, and he's so aggressive while doing it. Reminds me of Patrick Beverley, but with better offensive versatility. Warriors, he had 22 points. He exploded against the Warriors. Warriors don't have very good defense, so take that with a grain of salt. 9 of 16 field goal percentage, 3 of 8 from 3-pointers, 1 rebound, 4 assists. He's not a point guard, so I don't judge him on point guard skills. He's just not a point guard. He's a shooting guard that really good at defending. He's a little smaller for shooting guard, being a 6'4" and a little skinnier, but he's a dog. I love him, so I would definitely keep him around as a shooting guard. Definitely reminds me of Marcus Smart. Very valuable player to have on your team. Didn't like that he didn't have a steal. Didn't like that he didn't have any blocks. But again, this is early on, so we'll see with him on how that becomes and develops, especially under the King system with Luke as his head coach. That's 3 guys. So we got to go to the 4th guy now. So the 4th guy is Josh Giddey. Somebody you might have heard of. He got picked in the later, and I think he got picked 7, maybe? I think he got picked 7. He got picked pretty high, actually, for what a lot of people thought. A lot of people thought he was going to be a late lottery pick, and he ended up being pretty high. So, I mean, I was pretty shocked by that as well, especially for a guy who's coming off the bench. But nonetheless, let's run his numbers. First game against the Jazz, he had 4 points, 2 of 7, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. The reason why I love Josh Giddey is height. He is listed 6'8", but he's a point guard. Don't ever mess around. He is a point guard. He is not somebody who I could trust with the basketball at times. Now, he's not a great point guard in terms of ball handling, in terms of not turning the ball over. He does turn the ball over quite a bit with the ball in his hands, but I love the fact that when he does have the ball in his hand, he does look to make the right pass, does look to make the right move. And he reminds me of Lonzo, where he's not really aggressive, but he can fill up the stat sheet. And I do love that. And I think there's a really big role, and you're going to see a lot more players like Lonzo, like Josh Giddey, into the NBA. And you just have to see it to believe it. I love the fact that he had 10 rebounds, and I love to use his height to get that. Against the Rockets, only 20 minutes, so you really got to take this with a grain of salt. 20 minutes isn't really a long time in the NBA to really get yourself going. So he only had 6 points, 2 of 6, 1 of 3, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, which is really good. He had 1 steal and 1 block. Again, using his height to his advantage. I like it. 76ers game started in this game. 19 points, 8 of 13 field goal, 1 of 2 for 3, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals. Phenomenal numbers against a good defensive team. That's what you want. And I think Josh Giddey really exposed the Seth Curry matchup, which is why it's very interesting to see going forward, how does the 76ers play defense without Ben Simmons being their best perimeter defender. So it's great to see that. I like Josh Giddey. I think he does have a good future ahead of him. But we'll see. It's only 3 games in, so opinions may change. Next up, Scotty Barnes. Who doesn't like Scotty Barnes? I don't know anybody who liked him. And I love the fact that they chose him over Jalen Suggs, because I said it. He's better than Jalen Suggs. I like Jalen Suggs. Big-time shot maker. Not a number 1 guy. Scotty Barnes could be a number 1 guy. See, that's the difference that I want everybody to know. When you have Jalen Suggs is going to be a good point guard, not a great point guard. Going to be a good point guard. Going to give you 16 to 18 points per game. He's going to give you 6 to 8 assists a game, and he's going to give you a steal too. He's more of a 2 than he is a 1. To be completely honest with you, he is a decent 1. I would prefer him at the 2. I think that could unlock his game to becoming a superstar. I think he'll just become a star if he plays the 1 or plays then live up to his full billing of a 2. And that's why I think you saw the Raptors not take him, because they know in their heart of hearts they needed a guy similar to Kawhi Leonard. Scotty Barnes is perfectly like that. Plays amazing defense. He just had on that first, and loves to create, and played with Cade Cunningham on that Mountain Verde team. Big deal, because Moses Moody did too. So another player themed. And Scotty Barnes is my favorite player, because not only did I say that he's the best, he's gonna be the best in terms of value pick, in terms of, man, in the draft. Man, other than 1 and 2, who else was the best pick? Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes is it. If you look anywhere else in the league, it's going to be hard pressed to find somebody that plays tough defense, can defend 1 through 5, 6'9", 225, still going to grow into a man body, and doesn't even doesn't have a shot yet, like a real 3-point shot, not a threat from the 3-pointer yet. But he's amazing crashing the boards, amazing using his body, great body control, can shoot mid-range as well. I love Scotty Barnes. Kawhi Leonard, 100% is his comparison, and I love the comparison because last time Toronto won a championship, Kawhi Leonard was the guy. Scotty Barnes is similar. He's going to give him a good future. Fred VanVleet needs to play better. OG Anunoby and him are going to be very good tandem. And you're going to see a Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown type of tandem. Don't trade Anunoby yet. Don't trade him. Pascal Siakam is aging out super quickly because he started late, came into the NBA late. It's really hard to justify the Raptors keeping him because they're not going to be very good for at least the next 2 years. So I think the best thing for Masai Ujiri is to move Pascal Siakam if he can for something good in return. Fred VanVleet, it's a year-to-year basis. With him, you do want to see how he develops and see if he does take over that role from Kyle Lowry, because right now it doesn't look like he's taking that role on very well. But we'll see. Let's go over his numbers. First game against the Wizards, I liked his game. Reason being, he only had 12 points, 5-13, struggled shooting the basketball, 0-1 from three-pointer, but he had 9 rebounds and an assist and a steal. Now, keep this theme going. Against the Celtics, like I said, a good defensive team with Marcus Smart, Jalen Brown, and Jason Tatum. They were all playing in this game. He dropped 25, 11 of 17, 1 of 2, 13 rebounds, 2 assists. The man can do it all. He can literally do it all. And he hangs his hat defensively. That's what I love about him. Mavericks, 17 points, 6 of 12, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. He affects the game. He lets you know he is there. That's why Scotty Barnes, to me, is my favorite player so far, and it's going to be the best value pick from this draft, and I do say that wholeheartedly. So make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That's all for this video, guys. I wanted to do a fun NBA video for you guys. I do have other videos coming up, so you guys will see an update on the Xbox, the PS5, for the almost 1-year anniversary. You're also going to see another video, another tech video coming up as well. So make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you guys want to see more. Please, it helps me out with the algorithm, and I do want to see you guys for more. So have a great day.